Hey, welcome back. I'm Anthony D. Crawford. Good to see you, family, friends. Have you ever heard, growing up, you can be whatever you want to be? I bet you've heard that. I know I heard it, from various teachers, my parents, mentors, and the like. I'm sure you've heard the same thing, and you've probably echoed it to your children, to some, young, mentee, protege individuals that you've been developing. But I guarantee you this, when our parents and teachers and old mentors and the like was sharing that with us, they never imagined that we would take that to the extreme of trying to then encourage our children to choose what gender or sexuality that they, could identify with. Now that becomes a distortion of the encouragement that's been there. Listen, the statement is nice, and I get the understanding where it comes from. You can be all that you want to be. Well, yes and no, because at the end of the day, we've been designed by our Heavenly Father, and really we want our children to grow and to be all that God has called for them to be, all that God has designed for them to be. Each one of us have been designed a certain way with certain gifts, certain talents, certain ways of thinking, certain ways of viewing life that is unique just to us. And God has birthed that in us, and He looks for us to come back to Him to find out how to really walk that out in its maximum and at its absolute best. So just simply becoming what we want to be was never God's heart and God's intention for us. He wanted us to look to Him to become what He had made for us to be. And again, now we are in a place where individuals have taken that to various degrees. I'm sure, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who's one who kind of, expressed that type of sentiment as well. Probably never thought like, okay, individuals would take that to encourage our boys to then decide if they want to become a girl or not, or our girls, whether they want to become, boys or not. That's not where this is supposed to go. It's not about just simply being what you want to be. Slow down, find out exactly what it is your Heavenly Father, my Heavenly Father, has made you to be. And when you do that, listen, it's going to be the greatest sense of fulfillment. Now, this is not any sense of judgment upon anyone who may disagree with this. I understand you have a right to do what it is that you think is best. But I want to make sure, though, that we understand the simple building blocks of a healthy society. And identity, and gaining that identity from a relationship with your Heavenly Father, winds up being one of the most critical building blocks if we're going to continue to have safety for our children, safety and promotion of life in our society. So listen, yes, you want to strive for the absolute best, but be sure when you're striving for the best, you're doing it out of a relationship with your Heavenly Father, discovering exactly who He has made for you to be. And listen, He has not made a mistake. So it's not about an assignment, you're an assigned gender or assigned sexuality. It's about the fact that He assigned you to be great, and He didn't make a mistake. You were born a boy, trust me, He wants to see you develop as the awesome, fabulous man that you could be. You were born a young girl, He wants to see you develop into that awesome, phenomenal, dynamic woman that only you can be. And let me tell you something, our world would be so much richer as you're walking in that true identity. We want to see you, and we want to see you as the best you possible. So remember that. Don't let go of that. And the next time you hear that statement, yes, just go ahead, you can be whatever you want to be. Have this thought in your mind, yeah, but let's seek God for that and to find out what He has made for us to be. Let's encourage our children that way, and I believe this identity crisis will begin to shrink quickly. I'm Anthony D. Crawford. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Let's keep going after this.